Andalucía Reader Con. My name is Krystal Marquis. I'm the author of The Davenports, and I'm so excited to be talking to you today about my novel. I was inspired by the story of C.R. Patterson and his son Frederick, who started this booming family business after Mr. Patterson had escaped enslavement. It was really important to me to tell the story of Black success in the early 20th century America. But in doing that, I also wanted to look at it from the perspective of young women, four in particular, if you've read my novel. So the young girls who make up the Davenport household, Olivia and Helen, are both girls who grew up in privilege and with wealth and money, and they are looking to pursue their own dreams. They are very appreciative of what their parents have provided for them, but they also have their own ambitions and goals. And some of them lead them to falling in love with gentlemen that their parents necessarily would not have picked out for them. But I think it was really important to show to headstrong young women, especially for Helen, who wants to venture out into a male-dominated field. She wants to be a mechanic. And I think that's just a really powerful statement that it doesn't matter your gender. If you're passionate about something and you want to work hard, there's definitely that opportunity out there for you. And for Olivia, I think her discovering how her life differs from other Black Americans was really powerful in setting her on her own path to tackle some of the major civil rights issues that were starting to make themselves known in that period between Reconstruction and the Jim Crow era. The two other young ladies who round out the Davenport quartet is Amy Rose and Ruby. Ruby is Olivia's best friend, and for her parents really want her to marry John Davenport and kind of bring that wealth back into their family to help keep them at their current status. But I think for her, she finds that trusting her own heart can lead her to another decision and another opportunity. And for Amy Rose, she's our determined girl who is a maid in the Davenport household, but she really wants to open her own business. And I think that entrepreneurial spirit was really important for me to explore. I think one of the hard things about writing during this time period was finding the information being readily available. I mean, this story of Mr. Patterson, which inspired my novel, wasn't something that I had learned about in school. These stories of Black entrepreneurs was not something that I necessarily was taught. So here I was researching something and following story to story, trying to get more information. It took several articles to find out that Mr. Patterson had daughters, which led me to writing about young women. And I think that is something that I hope changes as more people do what I did and researched. I did a lot of my research through the public library system that was available online, and museums. The Smithsonian in particular had a lot of information that I used towards writing this novel, as well as the Chicago Public Library. And I very, very much encourage people to utilize their libraries. It's another resource, especially as readers, you know, you can never have too many books. And I found it, as I got more information, I started making a separate notebook that I kept things cataloged and organized. And I was just very interested to know that there were so many Black Americans who had overcome hardship that were able to make themselves pillars in their community and really influence change where they lived. And I think that was really inspirational. And I think it was especially inspirational to see the young women, you know, taking part in that as well. I think one of the best things about reading historical fiction is that it is a story that is relatable and a story that can show you a part of the past that you may not have read about or from a different perspective. And I think that's always something that draws me in, and I'm really excited that you have all picked up the Davenports, and I hope that my story draws you in as well. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the con.